Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. This is for the sign of Pisces. It is a general reading. That means it may or it may not resonate with you. What we have at the heart of the reading is the Four of Wands reversed, the Four of Swords reversed, the Bear, and over here is the Tower and the clouds. So it feels like there's a lot of confusion about a relationship. I feel like the relationship is on shaky ground. When the Tower is in reverse, this is an ending that is expected. So you can see the relationship is falling apart. But what it also suggests is that you don't want it to. But it's like maybe you're not doing anything about it because you're afraid if you talk about it with your partner, it would make matters worse, or you might make them upset by bringing up the subject. But I think the very action of procrastinating on that conversation is making things worse, because I think that a conversation is exactly what is needed. Also, I would like to say that I think it's time that you remember why you fell in love with this person, and why you got together with this person, and why you married this person, or moved in with this person, or committed to this person. And then you need to remember where it started to fall apart. And I feel like if you can do those two things, you will see the way through this energy and how to restore it. Once you find out, it's not just about finding out when it began to fall apart, but why. What was behind it? There could be something deeper here, hidden emotional issue or baggage that started this. The bear knows more than he's telling. So somebody could be in denial about something having to do with the deterioration of the relationship. Obviously, you're in a very challenging situation. The relationship and the Four of Swords came in the upright came first, as well as the Four of Wands in the upright comes first before it went in reverse. This is what you need to remember. You need to remember the Four of Wands in the upright so you can get it back into that position. The Four of Swords in the reverse, well, in the upright, it's a relationship that's not getting anywhere. It's going round and round and round. And that's what it feels like. And it's like, it feels like at some point it's just going to suddenly stop and fall apart. And I feel like in the Four of Swords reverse, you want to recover this relationship. For some of you, you may have already broken the connection and walked away or ghosted the other person. In that case, it went quite far, but you can still bring this back from the brink of death if you do those things that they're asking you to do. Okay? Because we see that there was an argument, and I'm thinking there's been several skirmishes like this. I'm going to call it a skirmish. I feel like somebody could be carrying emotional baggage, anger. I feel like somebody's not talking about their feelings, their emotions, or they stopped doing that because it wasn't always this way. So they stopped doing that, okay? There was a time when you did talk quite openly to each other. you need to look at that, okay? Because there is an old wound, like I was feeling, behind what happened here, and when it began to fall apart, there's an old wound that somebody's carrying that started it all. And once they see it, once they recognize it, along with all the other things that they will have remembered in their musings, okay, this is going to show them the way out. The sun is going to come back again. Right now you have the clouds, okay, that's causing a lot of confusion. But clouds are talking about temporary situations. The sun will always come back to chase away those clouds, you know. So temporary difficulties, complications, conflicts, but with the clouds, thankfully, they are short term. This card also rules misunderstandings. I see that underneath we have the cross, which is a card of burdens. So somebody, I feel like you guys are carrying the burden of the deterioration of this relationship. It's like heavily upon the two of you, because I feel that underneath all of this, I feel like there is still love here, okay? And but something happened along the way that kind of turned the chariot. Oh, I don't have it, but it kind of flipped your chariot over and stopped the relationship from moving forward. So it falls into then the Four of Swords, and you just keep going in circles and circles because somebody's not seeing something, somebody's not admitting to something. Somebody could be being very stubborn about why things deteriorated. So an honest look is required. Change is needed. Someone may need to face old ghosts in order for this change to happen. Yes, get the bigger view of the situation, and that requires looking at old ghosts if you wish to create your desire, which is to start over from scratch. That's what this is. Starting over from scratch, because you were not able to work together here. This is a card that indicates that there was no, in the past, it's like there was no compromise, no understanding. You just weren't able to work together as a couple. Now you see only one person standing here, and the others are just kind of hanging around, not really listening to what this person is saying, you know, and so that doesn't work. So communication is not just about talking, it is also about listening. Somebody may have felt like they weren't being heard, you know, they weren't being heard. But this relationship does not feel over. My goodness, it's far from being over. Okay, I want you to know that, because even though you can't see it because of the clouds and the burdens right now and the moon, okay, what we see is that it is not over here, okay, with the world in the reverse. I think that one of you has information that, because I saw that over here as well, I see it on the bear and I also see it here, that one of you has information, they've probably had it for some time, that the other person would really like to have, and that would more than likely help this situation, okay? Um, okay, so going back and forth on this is about hope to bring something back to life, to be able to heal it, and that's communication. So I feel like the bear is being very defensive. I feel like he's up in his head. I feel like he may have this, be the one carrying the old wound and not recognizing how it has been affecting the relationship. Okay, that's what I think. And I feel like it has also, that old wound is what has created uh, that Five of Swords energy in both senses, because this card talks about somebody being up in their head, being a prisoner of their thoughts, because it is a card of needing to set themselves free. It's a card of freedom in this particular deck. And over here, in both senses, it is what is behind, or what is behind these skirmishes that the relationship has been experiencing. Okay, so yeah, so this needs to be looked at, you see. Somebody was obsessing over something. Yeah. And that, yeah, see, that's what was causing these little arguments, fights, skirmishes, as I like to refer to them. And, yeah, okay. So, and this is being very defensive, guarding what you have, not really wanting to share, okay, or not sharing something. Well, that's the bear again. Okay, so this is trust issues when it comes to relationships and love, and that is because of this card. So these are two very key players in your reading. Okay, procrastination. So they want to fix this relationship. They want to recover this, even if you are not no longer together. They're looking back at what they've lost, or if you're still together, what they could lose when you receive this card. And they're procrastinating on having a conversation. Okay, but I feel like ultimately they will come, because this indicates movement after a pause, after an emotional pause, because it is cups. Okay, so this is possibly a romantic encounter with this person on the horizon. But it's much, much more than that. It goes much deeper than that. This is also about talking. It is about overcoming this difficulty. Somebody may want to confess as well their feelings. Yeah, for sure, because there you go. This is opening up about your feelings. In the past, they weren't ready to, and they dumped the cup. Okay, they're not ready. They don't want to open up, and that's this bear again. But this card also says that at a future date, they would be willing, and he is sitting in the future. So he's definitely coming to open up to you. All right. About the devil, and that's this that was causing this unhealthy element in the relationship. You see, they have looked at it. They've done the musings. They've done the things I've said, and they've gained this new wisdom. And now from that, we see a new development. So, wow, this is great, great news. This relationship is going to be saved. It's going to be saved because somebody finally is going to do something about it. They want to recover it. That is what I have for you. I thank you for watching, for liking, and for sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Also, thank you to everyone who has sent in a donation. It is greatly appreciated. Many blessings to all of you. Bye for now.